just a short, frequently asked questions little video. The main thing here is just to talk about what these diagrams actually mean. So what we have here is we have like an X and a Y, or an input and an output. So whenever you have a function or a relation, you have something being input into your graph um, or your equation or anything like that. So let's actually talk about what this means. So let's have a look at this first one. So what we have with this 0 is it means when I input a number of 0, I get an output of 0. So if I was to draw this up on a graph, let's maybe give us a little bit more room. And what we're going to have is when I input a 0 on my x, I also get an output of 0. So the coordinate will be 0, 0. I now look at my second one with my input of a 1. I get an output of 1 as well. So I get the 1, 1. And that's going to be somewhere over here. Now my next one here is I have a 2 as an input, and I get an output of 4. So my coordinate here is I put an input of 2 and my output of a positive 4. So I go across 2 and I have up 4. So it's approximately here. We don't have a scale. You should have a scale. And you don't have to be drawing these things. This is just for illustrative purposes. So that there is a y, and this here is along my x. However, I now look at my fourth input of a negative 2. And when I input a negative 2, my output of my equation or my function or my graph or potential function, my output is going to be a 4 as well. So this is now going negative 2 across my left hand side, and then I go up 4 as well. So I end up with something like this. Now, does this pass the vertical line test? Well, it does, because according to this, these are my only 4 inputs outputs, and at no point do I ever hit more than 1. So you would say this is a function. So maybe have a look at this one as well before I do, but I am going to go through it now. So let's just draw up a little mini graph to help us get a bit of an idea of how this is all working. So I have my input of a 1 and I have an output of 1. So it's going to be somewhere around here. I then have my input of 9. When I have an input of 9, I get an output of 3, but I could also get an output of negative 3. So let's say we've gone across 9 to about here. So I have either a 3 over here or a negative 3. And the last one, 0 to 0. Now at this point, hopefully you're seeing that the second that we had 1 input to 2 outputs, we automatically have something that will not pass our vertical line test. So this is a relation. And hopefully that helps with any questions you might have around these diagrams.